Hey everyone, it is that time again. The time we go through every single character in our Angry Birds Plush series.
What Plush series?
What?
Sorry, I was reading.
What are you reading?
Oh, an anatomy.
That is Goku. You will never have that build.
Shut!
Screw, get out of here. With that goblin out of the way, I actually want to explain what this video is. The 2025 SussySonic Angry Birds Plush collection. Isn't that right, Scrum?
Don't talk to me!
Before we start, I did want to give a quick heads up on a few things. First, I would like to explain about the cards. If you haven't seen last year's Plush collection, we would usually put a little card in the corner of the screen, which reveals their canonical appearance on the channel. That might not make a lot of sense, but you'll see once we start. Oh, I should quickly note, not every single character will have a card, because, well, sprites don't exist for everyone. And yes, I am talking about those Birdie Island nut jobs. Second, there are some plushies I will be very quick on, because last year I was known for extending on a lot of characters that I did not need to extend on. I was a bit of a gapper last year. So this year I'm going to be a little bit quicker.
Oh, kind of like what you're doing now?
Shrunk, if you don't shut up, I'm going to throw this at you.
Oh, back into the cage you go.
And for the third thing, I hope you sit back, relax, and enjoy this video. Might be a bit of a long one. Well, enjoy the Angry Birds SussySonic 2025 Plush collection. For the 5th time, Strong, come over here. Okay, let's start with Red.
Yay!
First up is Red J. Cardinal. You know him, you love him, he's been here since the start. And he was one of my very first Angry Birds plushies I've ever bought, as you can tell by the tooth shag. Red has been through so much on the series, he definitely needs a little break. You gonna keep yapping on me, or are you gonna move on to Chuck? Next up is Chuck. Here he is. So, if you didn't know, I'm kind of a fan of the cross-eyed Chuck more than the original one. He just feels more, like, expressive, as you see. He just feels more alive, this plush. I'm just not really a big fan of the original one. I don't really know why. It's just this one's better, in my opinion. But Chuck, he is a very cocky guy. I mean, just look at him. And that's why we love him. Next up is the biggest anime nerd ever, Bomb. That is right. This guy has seen every single anime in existence. It's actually kind of crazy. This man's favorite anime is Jujutsu Kaisen. With all the dark stuff that has happened in Season 5, we always seem like a light-hearted character here. And Bomb fills that role. Also, just like Red, he is quite old. Strong, hold these next ones. Here are the blues! We have Jay, Jake, and Jim. This here is the main leader of the three, he's the clueless one, and he is the fat one. These three are just as troublesome as ever, just like in Season 1. Sure, they have grown a little bit in Season 5, but they're always going to be the troublemakers. Next up is Stella, someone that we've been trying to give more character to in Season 5. As you can probably tell, we used the Angry Birds Stella version and not the original. That's because, well, this one just fits more. It's like Chuck, it just feels more expressive. It doesn't feel as angry. She sometimes can be a little snarky in the series, but not that bad. She's also based off of Ochako Uraraka from My Hero Academia. Anyway, get out of here, Stella. Alright, and here is Silver. If you watch Season 3, you'll know that she was raised by pigs. Here is Matilda, the mother figure of the flock. Here is the big brother of the flock, Terrence. He's not actually Red's brother, but here's Terrence. I gotta clean this man's beak. Terrence's origin is very dark, and we will eventually see that in the Plush series. Here's Hal, one of my favorite customs I've ever made. Since Rovio can't pick a design for Hal, I decided to go off the Angry Birds Go design because it's actually my favorite. And here's what he looks like without the hat. Here's everyone's favorite, Bubbles, Boobels. He has quite the sweet tooth, and he also can do this. He can turn into a fat ass. Look at him. He's huge. Next up, Melody. It's Melody, guys. Yay. Melody is Melody. Yay. Not only does Melody get no credit, but no one likes Melody. Duck beak. Oh, and now for the next modern Rovio character, Joe, who will actually be getting a redesign in Season 6. Oh, and a new voice.
Yeah, you saved the best for last. Wait, what do you mean there's only 100 more of these?
Here's everyone's favorite extraterrestrial cubicle-shaped bird, Ice. This guy was very prominent in Season 4, but he's kind of been downgraded to this.
Now with that stupid extraterrestrial out of the way, why don't we show Gray? Wow, that rhymed. Gray is a very complicated bird. He's been through so much. He's actually the Mighty Eagle's best friend. But we have a little announcement with Gray. I would like to announce Gray's redesign. Take a look at this. Definitely one of my favorite customs I've made recently. So he was actually meant to be a big surprise for Season 6, but since we have plenty of other surprises, we just want to show this one in the Plush collection. We wanted to make him look a little bit more accurate to the official Gray, so that's why he looks like this now. And this will hopefully stay as his permanent design for the rest of the whole series. Oh, also, in Season 6, there will be a reason why he looks like this, so don't worry, it won't be a cop-out. Next up is Tony, my second sample I've ever bought. Tony does not like this at all. Tony never gets any credit. Be quiet, Tony. Next up is Red's sister, Ruby. You know, if it wasn't for her, then Season 5 really wouldn't be a thing. It's all because of her. Oh, and Senna is just as guilty as Ruby. And this is Chuck's very smug brother.
And here is Quasar, who barely gets any screen time. He also has this little thingy. But yeah, unfortunately, we do need to show him a little bit more, with him being Ice's mentor and all. Moving on.
And here's Bomb Bomb, who I kind of want to make a new custom of at some point, because it looks okay, but I know I can do a lot better on it. He was one of the youngest of the OG flock. What is that hair doing there?
Next up, the deranged rock star, Eddie, who is very, very eccentric, and he's been in prison for quite a long time. I know. He's also based off a real rock star, Eddie, from Iron Maiden.
And the second to last member of the flock is Marsh, Bomb's boring lame brother, Snowball Bird. Oh, but that's not all.
Shut up, Sussy, and show the Mighty Eagle.
Here's Ethan, Mighty Eagle. He is a fat, lazy boy. Oh, we can't forget about the yakes. If it wasn't for these, then Angry Birds won't even be a thing. Okay, and that was it for the main flock. Now it's time for the main pigs.
Let's be honest, we all know you've been waiting for this one. Presenting the one, the only, King Leonard J. Smooth Cheeks. Drama again. Are you ready for the sequel? Smooth Cheeks is the main villain of the Angry Birds Plush series, and honestly, who can blame him? He's been through a lot, and his cheeks are extra shine today. Yeah, he's just a sad boy, but we all love him, and plus he's also a nice 8-incher.
You really had to say that 8-incher.
This is not your special!
And here's Smooth Cheeks' stupid son, Ross. The best character on the channel. He carried Season 5. Also, wait, he's also Prince Porky. They are the same character in my series. If you've seen the finale, you'll know Ross wasn't very relevant in it. But don't worry, he is coming back in Season 6. And he will be very relevant to the story. After that comes Corporal, who honestly is just that pig. As you can tell by the band, we did go by the Toons design when we introduced him. Even though in Season 1 he didn't have the band. It came in during Season 3, I believe. I believe we teased this in the last collection, but we're going to say it again in this collection. We will reveal what is under his helmet in Season 6. Without Corporal, we would not have 4-Man. This pig here is the GOAT. He carried. Isn't that right, Skrunk?
Yeah!
This pig is so good, he had his own spin-off video.
Anyways, everyone, here is Ross's childhood friend, Mechanic, who has a custom hat. And he's always very monotone, and he has quite the attitude. But he's one of the only pigs that actually has a soft spot for everyone else in the kingdom. Wow, what a guy. Next up is Ross's other childhood friends, Monty and his other brother, Bobby. They're basically the bandit pigs from Angry Birds Epic, and one of them has been very close to Ross since Season 1. So, without further ado, that's that. Also, quick side note, Monty's real name is Billy. It was Billy in Season 1, but we just wanted to make it more accurate. Anyway, moving on. Next up is the MVP for Season 3, Handsome, who gets way more screen time than Gale. But, yeah. Anyway, we got these little curls that are nicely sewn on, and yeah, he's a bit of a pompous figure. Oh, yes!
Next up is a very sad character, Larry, or Piggy McCool. Larry has been through a lot, and I mean it, a lot. He is a very emotional character. Not only is he one of Ross's oldest friends, but he was the first traitor against the pigs. Basically meaning he was the first pig to join the flock. And here's Reject Ross's newest member, Sneezy, or what you might know him as, Birthday Pig. So, we got a little story with him. It's a pretty long story, but we're going to keep this kind of brief. I actually used to own this pig as a child. I took him to preschool once, and on the bus ride, a kid took him and threw him out the window. And that was the day my life changed. I never saw him again. But thanks to Maximus Overdrive, I was able to get one last year. I finally have proper closure. Thank you, Maximus.
Next up is Chef, who has a fake mustache, but he doesn't really get that much screen time in any of the episodes in the Plush series. So we are going to change that in season 6. We are going to be getting a lot of more scenes with Chef. He's definitely plotting something. And here's Leonard.
That's Scrump's favorite character.
Shut up, Sussy. So, yeah, Leonard is Smooth Cheeks' terrible father. And we know he's good in the Angry Bird games, but we're gonna make him evil just for the sake of him being evil. He's horrible. This is also him without his jacket. Daddy. Next up is Chronicler, one of the first pig customs on the channel. And we actually bought this wig and sewed it on him. He's a very big guy. We need to show him way more often. Apparently, Sussy wants to make a new version of him.
That is correct.
But that's not gonna happen. Moving on. Next up is Professor, who is non-existent in the Plush series. But he's also way smaller compared to when we last had him. Yeah, he's gonna be a lot more prominent in season 6. Definitely something we need to tweak on more. This is the old design for Professor, who's, again, way bigger.
Next up is the Lord himself, Big Fork.
So it's finally my turn to shine. Yes, look at my glimmering cheeks.
Next up is Hambo, who used to be such a threat in season 4, but now he's been reduced to a joke. He's just that guy. Next up is Shaman, whose design I really love. I love voicing this character. I love all the actions with this character, and I love the design. It's perfect. Anyway, I'm gonna stop stuttering. Now, introducing the main villain for season 4, Hector Porco, who's very devious, very evil, and has a removable hat, and is somebody we are going to be getting back in season 6. Because the idiot was paralyzed in season 5. Thank you, Hector. Introducing characters that not a lot of people really like. Gary, who was important in season 4, but has been reduced to a background character. And you can't have Gary without Courtney, who, she looks very interesting. Surprisingly, I'm one of the people. Shut up! No!
Okay, so next up are the birds.
No, I'm doing this one. Next up is Stella's bogus sister, Gale, or Queen Gale. Yeah, she was pretty prominent in season 3 and 4, but she kind of got reduced to background material in season 5, but I personally tend to change that. She's going to be a lot more prominent in season 6. Nothing. 90% on the good meter.
Get out! Okay, Scrunk is gone. Next up is Stella's friends. I'm going to go a little quick on these because they're not too relevant. We got my favorite of the bunch, Willow, who will get a hatless custom next season. We got Annoying Poppy here. Here's Dahlia. She's kind of a smartass. And literally the youngest bird ever, Luca. I wish we could show Luca more. I don't know why we don't. Oh, we can't forget about Joe's best friend, Dusk. Here is Dusk. I'm gonna be honest, he's a little hefty. We actually have not seen Dusk fight in the Plush series yet, so we don't quite know Dusk's ability yet. Oh, hey guys! Oh! Oh! The best character you will ever see on this YouTube channel. Bounce is so lovable and hateable, it's insane. It's literally insane. Ow. I love this guy. You love this guy. It's Bounce. Also, he might be getting a redesign.
Wait, what? And here's Bounce's not-so-lovable brother, Orchard, Hardscrabble Orchard, who is the Purple Bird plush, who's quite rare.
It's actually Orchard Hardscrabble.
Shut up. Orchard is probably the only character on the channel that hates Red more than Smooth Cheeks. I mean, seriously, this guy went to a Chuck E. Cheese and back and took down, spoiler alert, Raphael just to become island leader again. This guy's crazy. But not all hope is lost, because one very unlikely hero will be dealing with Orchard next season.
Wait, what? Next up is Drill, who we couldn't show last year due to spoiler reasons, but we have completely revealed him now. Look at this glorious guy. I want to make a new custom, but Skunk is saying I can't. So yeah, here he is. Here he is without the tinfoil blanket. He is a nice little drill bird. Oh, also, he is Hal's brother. He is the third leader of Birdie Island, while Orchard's the second leader. Next up is Marlin. This guy should be dead, but he's not for some reason. He's always there. Like, always there. It's a shame he's pretty young. He actually runs the south side of Birdie Island. He's pretty stretchy, too. Look at that. Okay, these next three are complete bird villains. Here is the Mad Bird himself, Chip. Or you might know him as Stripe Bird. This bird is a literal psychopath. Like, literally, he is. I know we keep saying this, but Chip is going to get a huge moment in Season 6. He's actually going to have a little squad of his, although I can't say who. Next up is a supporting villain of Season 4, Skunk Bird. This guy is stinky. He is a stinky bird. He was actually the chief leader of the extraterrestrial flock. Although that flock is long gone now. It's long gone. Also, if you've been paying attention in our videos, you'll know Skunk is slowly starting to become relevant again to the story. There's a reason to that.
Next up is probably one of the most evilest birds on the frickin' island. Billy! Who always puts the children first. It's his priority. And he also did a stupid deal with Bounce. So, yeah, it's Billy. Whatever. He's just that guy. And you can't have Billy without Hockey, who we actually got him at a pretty good deal. And we've been trying to make a video with him for a long time, but we never had the time to do it.
I know, it's been since Season 3 we've been trying to make this video.
But we will in due time. Next up is Matilda's younger sister, Marigold, who is going to be, I know I say it again, a lot more prominent in Season 6. She's just that assistant bird. Nothing too much going on for her, but she's really cute. Next up is an OC made by SussySonic, who is the same bird from the Angry Birds movie that got kicked by Red all the way into the water. Here's a literal OC, Jacob, Football, aka Brown Bird, who actually has a little mustache right here. And yeah, nothing going on with him. Next up is Kiwi, who is based off that one prototype from Fun Video TV and that one Maximus video. But yeah, we need to show Kiwi more.
Now, these are the last two for this section, and these characters are so forgettable, I would not be surprised if you don't even know who they are. The Jamaican Birds. They literally have not been shown at all.
Do they even have names?
No, they don't have names. Just Jamaican Birds. Underrated opinion, but I kind of like how this red one looks. Okay, next up is the supporting pigs and Piggy Military. This is going to be kind of a long wave, so be ready for a lot of pigs. Here we have is General 1, Corporal's right-hand pig. He is a plumpy pig, very plumpy, and pretty fat. He's very monotone too. I don't know why that is. Next up is Generals 2 and General 5. Yeah, they are traders of the Piggy Kingdom. They actually work with the flock now. They raise silver too. Oh, then there's the worst general, General 3. This guy is like a coward. He's a literal coward. Also, you probably know, he is a sample too. Oh, here's General 4, who was shown in Season 5 in a flashback. He was only shown like once or twice though. He's actually a Lynxen Corporal Pig. He is a glorious plush. Look at him. He's just so cute. Okay, here is Butler with a cricket snout. Literally, I don't know what happened. This guy, he's just there. He supports Smooth Cheeks, the leaders. That's really it. Here is Tenure,
who's Foreman's assistant.
His voice is so beautiful. Isn't that right, Scrunk?
Yes. Here's Pianist, the same pig that always gets a shoe thrown at Smooth Cheeks. Ugh, stutter. Fun fact, he is based off King Candy from Wreck-It Ralph because his voice fits.
Stop staring at me, hot dog. Stop staring, please. Here is Reggie, also known as Reginald, or you might know him as Del Foreman. He is a very funny character. Funny, yeah, that's the word. What makes him funny is he's sarcastic. Very sarcastic. If you've seen Foreman's Plush origin, you'll know that he's been around since Foreman was young. We all thought he died, but he actually didn't. He survived. And now for another sample, Rupert, which we were hyping this guy up to literally be nothing in the series. He's just a smart, wise pig. That's really it. He's a tactician. That's what he is. But someone that does have lore is Veteran, one of Foreman's best friends. Very good friend of Foreman. He's been around since the Great Pig War, just like Reggie. This pig here is turning 90 soon, so that's great. This pig is 1 year closer to death. This next pig doesn't really know Foreman very well, but he knows Foreman. Old Butler. Here he is. This was King Mudbeard's butler, or Leonard. He did teach Ross a little bit when he was growing up. That's really about it. Now, for some soldiers, we got Gold Pig here, which actually, you could squish him, or you could do that. I don't know what's up with that, but it's kind of a cool thing. And everybody's favorite three-eyed pig, Alien Pig. He's staring right into your soul. And Frozen, I'm sorry, I mean Jeffrey, not Frozen Pig. It's Jeffrey. It's Jeffrey, guys. It's Jeffrey. There we go, yeah. Next up is our biggest custom yet, Goliath Pig. Look at this guy. And definitely look down here. The only cheeks that can rival Smooth Cheeks. But here, have a nice go look at him. He is very muscular. Yeah, look at those abs. His forehead, he is beautiful. I really love how this custom turned out. Also, next season, he is going to fight Mighty Eagle. What a good boy.
Next up is the only doctor that's better than Hector, Dr. Paraki, who is behind a lot of the Kingdom's experiments, and somebody we're definitely going to be learning a lot more about in Season 6.
Yeah, that's right.
Fun fact, he's actually based off Dr. Garaki from My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Next up is the fortune teller himself, 12, who has been shrouded in mystery since Season 1, and is somebody that's going to be a lot more prominent in Season 6. And I don't even know why he's with Chef so much. Who knows? We'll see. Just like last year, and we still got to do it this year, Baconos, the Beak Smasher, the Egg Crusher. This guy was one of the main villains in Season 2, and it's part of Red's freaking fears. I'm still baffled that Red still ain't over this guy. Meh, whatever. We'll see him again one day. Maybe in a back flash video. That. Next up is Earl Hamchop, who is the same singer pig from the Angry Birds movie. And he's actually a pig that turned good thanks to Silver's wisdom and kindness. Yeah, a lot of people really like him. I like him too. He's just a wholesome guy.
Scrunky's dead. Okay, these next three pigs are good pigs. First being Fred, artist pig, whatever you want to call him. Here he is. He is Ross's acquaintance. This pig here has went through so many different designs in the earlier seasons, we'll roll a whole bunch of pictures. Next up is Gene. This is a very dirty pig. We will be properly addressing a storyline in Season 6. I know we've been saying that a lot, but we are very serious on this one. Also, who's what he looks like without the cloak. He's really stinky looking. And lastly for this wave, Rossette, Ross's wife. I don't like Rossette. I just don't like Rossette at all. She actually used to have blonde hair in Season 1 and 2. But now she looks like Fiona from Shrek. Now, for the accessory pigs. I'm going to go kind of quick on these because I don't want to make this video too long. We got Pumpkin Pig. Ghost Pig. With a little surprise underneath. Here's his real face. Here are the zombie pigs, which used to be real pigs in Season 3. I might make one more. Here is Zombie Bork. This zombie is very, very strong. He was able to solo the flock in the finale, Season 5 finale.
I forgot to say spoilers, Sussy.
Damn it, Scrunk. Don't worry, the Necromancer will summon him again.
Next up is Santa Hat Pig, who has a little surprise for you.
Next up is Irma, who was just trying to do his job by watching the satellite towers in Piggy Island. Here's another character that never gets shown, Reuben, or Reindeer Pig. Here's his big stocking. I wish we could remove this, but we can't. As far as magic dust is inside. And then here's the back, the front, it's Reuben. This guy got his own video called Hairtopia. Everybody loves him. And I love him too. No! This is Hair, Bunny's father. Look at him. He's an abusive father. He belts his boy.
Not a third time, just talk about the damn plush.
This is this is Eggshell. He's a very odd plush to say the least. I mean, look at him. He can shoot a beam out of his mouth. And here is Irish, or Leprechaun Pig, who we finally got the real plush of after a very long time. If you want to know all about him, I'd recommend checking out the Leprechaun Strikes Back. And here is Cupid Pig. He loves everything. Literally, he loves everything. And here is Karen, one of the only female minion pigs, which is kind of sad to think of. She actually used to be Java's servant, but not anymore.
Next up is Corn, who is a corntastic plush, who definitely deserves a promotion after all the hard work he does with Corporal and everything else.
Plus, he's a pretty hefty pig. Next up is another trader pig, Millman. He is a chill dude, very chill. If it wasn't for him, then Red would not be liking pigs. He would never accept any pigs. He will be getting his own video in October. These next two are newer characters on the channel, the first one being Construction Hat Pig, or Construction for short. He actually only showed up one time in Season 5, and that was in the finale. And the same could be said for our next character, the Goat, Garp. Let me repeat myself. Garp. Country Garp. Best Angry Birds plush ever. Now we are back to the birds gun. These next ones will be Birdie Island birds. Again, to keep this video a little bit shorter, we are going to lightning round this. And to be honest, besides Peck and Paw, these characters aren't very relevant to the story. First up is Judge Peckinpah, who was actually the teaser at the end of last plush collection. Peckinpah. He is the main judge and leader of Birdie Island. He only wants what's best for Birdie kind. That's all. Next up is Peckinpah's assistant, Cyrus, who kind of has a cold that will never go away. That's why he has snot dripping down his beak. Here's Mime.
Oh my god!
Quick back view, front view, there we go. Next is the old lady Shirley. Yeah, this costume was kind of fun to make, especially that hair. I don't know, we just never show Shirley for some reason. I don't know why that is. Next is the crossing guard Monica, and here's her flag. She's kind of a bigger bird, to be honest. That wasn't intentional, that was just a sewing mistake of mine. Here is Hug. This guy, if you think Billy's bad, then this guy's way worse. That's all I can say. And the fact that Bounce works with him kind of says enough. And here's Officer Brown, or Officer Bird, Police Bird, whatever you want to call him. Yeah, he's very calm. It's a little weird. Also, a quick apology that these last couple of birds didn't have any cards. We just couldn't find any sprites of them. Here's Ella, who is a little bit more relevant to the story compared to the others. She is one of Stella's oldest friends. That's what makes her so important. And Brad, Gail's ex. Brad is, Brad's just that guy, you know? He's just that guy. He's a jock. Here is Jordan, who didn't really have a name, so we just kind of made it up recently. This is one of Orchard's top trusted guys. That's why he's, that's just why he is the way he is. Here's Dr. Wingstein's Sock's father. That's why they share the same color pattern. He is the doctor of Birdie Island. Nothing much else to say besides that. Also, he sounds like Joe from Family Guy. Here are the Blues' parents, Greg Blue and Olive Blue. Here are their backs. I think I could have done better on this custom, but Olive looks good. We are finally going to get some closure with them in Season 6. Here's Woodpecker, which I don't know the last time we showed Woodpecker, but here's his cardboard. He's drawn something that I cannot tell what that is, but he's making something out of that. This is Woodpecker. Next up is the family that Red hates the most on Birdie Island. Here's Edward, the annoying father of the bunch. Here's Ava, the annoying mom of the bunch. And Timothy, he's still never celebrated his hatch day. And here's the child that doesn't have a name. Red still thinks about this periodically. He looks angry for a reason. Blame Red for that. Next up is Dane, Shakira's assistant. This guy really loves playing that saxophone. And yes, it is removable, and his hat is removable. Here's what he looks like without it. Here's Pinky, who absolutely serves nothing to the series, and it's probably one of my worst customs I've ever made. But, oh well. But Duck serves a lot to the series. I mean, look at him. This man carries Orchard's group. He's beautiful. He's gorgeous. He's glorious. Oh, and the demons that killed Rovio. I've said it last year, and I know I had to say it again. These hatchlings will serve zero purpose. Now, for some citizens of Birdie Island that are slightly more important. A lot of these are not OCs I have created or Skrunk has created. For example, Alex Bird and his diamond sword, which looks so, I don't know. Alex Bird. He used to serve as a guard on Birdie Island, but now he works with Red. He loves Minecraft. A lot. Next up is Plate, which is a very flat-looking bird. And do not get me started on his voice.
Number 15.
Here's Puffy, which is made by Willie W52. Those eyes are evil. They can shoot lasers. And here's Jerry, which is also made by Willie W52, the character. This guy actually joined up with Orchard in Season 5. Next up is Paco, made by PDV. This guy actually supports Red and is good friends with him. Next up is Shakira. Yeah, she is very nice looking, that's for sure. Not only is she Birdie Island's top singer, but she is very well respected on Birdie Island. Ow, these hips don't lie! You probably know what I'm about to say. We're gonna get a really good scene with her in Season 6. And here's someone else just as respected.
I'm guardian of the forest. I watch over the trees.
Next up is my favorite singer of all time, Carly Rae Jepsen.
Stop glazing.
Skrunk, if you do not shut up, I swear. And here is a tumor bird based off that weird sample. I don't know what's up with it. I don't know what's up with this guy's Chuck's Tennant. Next up is Seagull, which we're actually meant to make a whole flock of, but we never got time to doing it. This is actually based off the seagulls from Finding Nemo.
Mine. And this is the GOAT, Donald J. Garcia Thompson. This guy usually is in the background. He doesn't do much, but he is the same species as Chuck and Senna.
Okay, and for this last character, he isn't really a Birdie Island character, but we really had nowhere else to put him, and that is Mouser, the only mouse in the series. He lost his home, so now he's just good friends with Chip and lives with him. I probably should say his real name is Mighty Mouse, but we just call him Mouser. With Birdie Island out of the way, now it's time we head back with the pigs. We'll be moving on to the Four Kings next. If you don't know who the Four Kings are, they're basically the four leaders of Piggy Island. Smoochix ain't the only king of Piggy Island. First up is the Necromancer, who is actually the strongest out of the Four Kings. Crazy enough, he's actually the youngest too.
We do know he's the strongest out of all the Four Kings, and he was also the one that completely demolished the flock, spoiler alert, in Season 5. But we are going to show in Season 6, he definitely has blowbacks to his abilities. He's not as strong as he thinks he is.
That is right, Shrek. Now get out of here. Next up is Piggy Jones, and here's his rope. And here's what he looks like without the hat. If you didn't know, Piggy Jones is actually Hamchop's father. He only wants what's best for his gang, and he is willing to do anything to protect them. Also, we may not show it, but he does have a soft spot. Next up is the Red Shogun, which this actually is one of my favorite customs I've ever made. I mean, look at all that detail on it. If you've seen the Season 5 finale, you'll know that the Red Shogun is very strong. He was able to solo Chuck and Bomb in their strongest forms. We're gonna need someone to meet his match in Season 6. Next up, the worst of the bunch, the Captain Redbeard. Oh, yay. This is amazing, Skrunk. Look, it's Queso. I am actually surprised that this pig is the leader of Piggy Island. He is so useless. He's just that guy. He's always there. Also, this is what he looks like without the hat. He's an imposter. He's just a fat foreman. Okay, now it's time we move on to some of the Four Kings' men. First being... oh, yeah, Nomo. I do not even know where to begin with Nomo. This man is messed up in the brain. He is severely messed up. There is actually something mentally wrong with this pig. But someone who isn't as weird is Scarecrow. This pig here is actually artificially made by the Necromancer. So he actually doesn't have a soul, so he's like a walking corpse, if that even makes sense. Plus, he can't talk. He's just a scarecrow. Next up is Piggy Anna's brother, Pimento.
Pimento's actually one of the first comic book characters we actually made for the Plush series. As you know, he actually was originally in the Angry Bird comics. Plus, he has a removable hat, a little marmalade hole.
And you can take the guns out.
Yeah, he has little holsters. Put his little iPhone 15 in there.
Country Garp is actually part of the Four Kings too, but we didn't want to include him in this section.
So yeah, this is Pimento. He's just that guy, just living whenever he can. Next up is actually a original character for the Plush series, Alberto, who is part of Piggy Anna's gang. He is the sharpshooter of the group, and he's also very, very witty. This is also what he looks like without his hat. So yeah, the little hair here, we were kind of inspired by Gary's hair and Leonard's facial beard. He'll be back. Anyway, moving on.
Okay, next up are the Ninja Pigs, which there are 3 of them. Here is the first one, who was actually raised in the bamboo forest. Here's the back of him. Why is my camera doing that? This Ninja Pig here is based off of Angry Bird's Epic, while this one is based off of Angry Bird Stella. I don't know what happened to his shape. There's something seriously wrong with it. Maybe he's not a real ninja. And lastly is the Bamboo Hat Ninja, or the Straw Hat Ninja. Which actually, if you didn't know, this is what he looks like under. He has a piece of butter under. So yeah, here he is. Probably my favorite ninja out of the 3. Again, this one was based off of Angry Bird's Epic. Okay, now it's time for the pirates. First being First Mate Bart, which is actually the pig based off of Angry Bird's Go, that pirate pig. This is one of my first and only pigs I made out of fleece, and I do not like it. It actually explains why. He looks like that! He's ugly under. He has a big forehead. Here is Pork de Silva from Angry Bird's Epic. He looks a little too similar to Piggy Anna Jones. And lastly, one of my favorites, Blackbeard. Oh man, this custom has to be one of my favorites. Oh, also, this is what he looks like without the hat. He is actually based off Blackbeard from Pirates of the Caribbean and One Piece. He didn't do much in the finale, Season 5 finale, but as we keep saying, he will get his big moment in Season 6. Specifically against Tony. Okay, so that's it for the Four Kings, but we actually forgot 2 characters from earlier, so let me quickly show them. Ronald, the executioner that isn't relevant anymore, and here's what he looks like without it.
Pain is the answer.
And Frostbite, who is actually someone I completely forgot I had. It's a cool looking pig though, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so now it's time for the special category, if that makes sense. Basically, crossover characters from the holiday specials, like Halloween, Christmas, etc. First up is Pennywise, Porkywise, whatever you want to call him. And, yep, here's his balloon. If it wasn't for him, then we would not be having a 3rd Halloween special for 2024. If you've seen it, you'll know that Pennywise has more forms. We will be seeing that later on. Next up is Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice! This one actually fully came from me. Strunk did not know about this custom at all. He has really fluffy hair.
Hey, what's going on here? Wait, why am I being held up for a Plush collection video?
Ow,
What is this?
Next up is Jack Skellington, who only got 1 scene in my whole channel. He was actually meant to be a part of my Halloween special, but we didn't have time, so we put him in the Christmas special instead. Who, once again, only got 1 scene. If you didn't know, he's actually the mayor of the Outer Regions. Oh, also, this was a scrapped outfit for Jack Skellington, his Santa outfit. Maybe we'll show him in Season 6. Not too sure yet. Next up is the mean one, Mr. Grinch. He stole Christmas many times. He even tried doing it again, but Ross stole his identity. Now he's just a soldier that works as corporal. What a bargain. He's back again. Now here was someone that did carry the Christmas special, Snowhog. He's a bigger looking pig, that's for sure. If you didn't know, this is actually a good pig that was made by Icebird. He doesn't care about fighting, he just wants what's best for Ice. And I do know a lot of people did like him in the Christmas special, so we do have plans on bringing him back. Now we're saving the best for last, the Stranger Things trio. First up is the Demogorgon.
That shucks.
Anyway, you can close this up face too, and open it just like that, just like in the series. Next up is a very important character in the Plush series, Vecna, who, looks like a brick. As you saw in the finale, Season 5 finale, Vecna did get an important scene with Bomb Bomb, although it might have been a little confusing, but don't worry, that will be dug upon in Season 6. Sorry about that stutter. He actually used to be a bird. If you've seen Stranger Things, then you might know we're actually taking real lore off of his real character. And next up is the Mind Flayer, who is actually just as big as Mighty Eagle. This is our second biggest custom we have made. He is huge. Here's his back. Look at these little phalanges. There's actually pipe cleaner in them. This plush was an actual pain to make. This creature loves to torture little orange birds. Don't worry, Bubbles fans. Bubbles will definitely get payback on him. I'll let you guys have one last look before we move on. Okay, with the holiday characters out of the way, now it's time we just move on to Pig Citizens. We're gonna lightning round this because most of these characters are not important. First is Simon, the news reporter, who was actually first introduced in our third Sussy toon, the Hockey Bird one. For some odd reason, he has partnered up with Skunk right now in the story. Not gonna lie, he has a nice Day of the Dead suit. It is beautiful looking. Next up is Philip, who is actually pretty important out of this bunch. He is voiced by Yumster. This here is actually one of Handsome's old friends. He has some really nice hair, especially those bangs. Next up is Greenie, who is voiced by Greenie Demon. This pig will actually be getting his own custom later on. Greenie's just that guy. He's amazing. Next up is Little Timmy, who is actually from the Angry Birds comics. He is voiced by Willie W52. Again, he will also be getting his own custom too. And yes, his legs are still broken from Season 4. I just want to give a special thanks to you all for voicing. I truly appreciate it. Thank you. Next up is Bumbo, the Clown Pig, and Gabriel, the Sockhead Pig. These guys are one of Gale's first supporters. Next up is Barnaby, who will be getting a little promotion later on. He's actually going to become a Shadow Trooper, as you can see in the card. Next up are the Police Pigs, who have been around since Season 1. Chris and Leon. And yes, his last name is Kennedy.
Yeah. Yes, my sweets.
Graybeard. He's a crackhead. Here's Samson, who's just a cook. He supplies food, all that. You should work with Chef. And last up is Constantine. What a banger name. He is a fighter pig. And a Hearts pig too. He's inspired off the Firefighter Pig from Angry Birds 2. And lastly, the Brute Pigs. These are some big, wide, fat-looking pigs. This guy has a green snout, and his snout looks normal. Okay, now it's time we move on to some characters from the past, or what I like to call the OG characters. First up is George, Red's father. And here he is without the hat. George is actually kind of the one who started it all. The Great Pig War, the flock, all of it. He only wanted what was best for Red. Next up is Red's mother, Hannah, who has some odd looking hair. I'm not going to spoil it, but if you've seen the Season 5 finale, you'll know she is responsible for a lot of things in the whole series. There was a really huge twist with her that I cannot say right now.
Alright everyone, we've been hyping up this character since Season 4. And finally we can show him. Introducing... Senor Red Shark. This is Red's eldest brother, and he is one of the sole reasons why some of this stuff started with the Great Pig War. And he's responsible for a lot of things, which I am not going to be getting into. Let's just say we have worked really, really hard on his character and his story. And a little fun fact, this is actually a remade custom, because the original design we were not satisfied with at all. Let's just say, for Season 6, to put it bluntly, he doesn't like birds or pigs. The man is an anarchist, and we are definitely going to be seeing that firsthand in Season 6. Next up is Smooth Cheeks' lovely wife, Queen Martha, who only wanted what was best for her son, her husband, and her people. It's unfortunate what happened to her, but I think she can rest easy. Now here's someone interesting. Let me introduce to you King Solomon. This is Leonard's eldest brother, who used to be the ruler of Piggy Island before Leonard eventually took over. The reason why is we don't know what happened to him, but we'll find out one day. And we can't forget about Queen Elise, Smooth Cheeks' mother, who is only shown in sprinkles. Let's just say that something did happen to her with Leonard, but we'll find out one day. But yeah, no, I really like the design, especially the hair and the crown. We thought it gave it more flair. And she looks very close to Queen Martha. Okay, next up is Bubbles' older brother, Spot, who is still alive to this day, and who unfortunately lost his inflating ability due to a war injury. But yeah, he's just a very happy-go-lucky guy. It's a shame what happened to him in Season 5, and we intend on fixing that. So yeah, here's Spot. Next up is Chuck's mother, Lady Grant, who is inspired by the Angry Birds hatchery, Terra Leak. Yeah, she's interesting. I wish we could have seen her ability. Yeah. Next up is Missy Golocrest, Bomb's mom, who is very hot-headed, just like her son. And yeah, here she is. She has probably one of the biggest foreheads in the entire Plush series. Next up is Headshot, who is the Blue's uncle. And it's unfortunate what happened to him. But yeah, right next to Bomb Bomb, he's one of the youngest birds out of the OG flock. He's just a happy guy. Alright, and here's somebody I wish we could have shown a little bit more. The Reporter, who is very huge.
That is a big custom.
Yeah. He's somewhat related to Terrence, but we can't say why. But yeah, no, I just love his design. He's very spectacular.
Oh, Scrunk forgot to say, all of those birds you just saw are part of the OG flock will be getting their own video in the future. We want to show a better perspective of what the Great Pig War looks like. And we want to show you some of their abilities when fighting. And of course, you'll get a lot of lore drops too. Anyway, next up is Rio and Star Wars. First up is Blue, who is super underrated. We never show Blue, and I have no idea why. And the same can be said for Jewel. Everything I said for Blue applies to Jewel, because they both never get any screen time. We completely wasted their characters.
Hey, we're gonna fix that, right?
I have no idea. But characters who do get screen time is Nico and Pedro. Next up is Louise, Hal's trainer in Season 5. The only dog character on the Angry Birds Plus series. This is the Cole's Care one. If you're wondering why Orchard locked up a dog in Season 5, that is beyond me. Next up is Raphael, the new temporary judge of Birdie Island. Yeah, keep Orchard away from this bird at all costs. If you know, you know. Unfortunately, a real Raphael plush doesn't exist besides the sample, but that's impossible to purchase. So that's why we got this bootleg version of Raphael, based off the actual Rio movie instead of Angry Birds Rio.
Alright, next up is the villains for the Bad Piggies arc in Season 5, Nigel, who is very flamboyant, very elegant, and has a weird fascination with Charlie.
You do know something happened to his character after Ross defeated him, right? We completely destroyed his character.
Yeah, character assassination.
We turned him into a joke!
Yeah, but he does have a moment in Season 6 I'm looking forward to.
Bob the Bird.
Bob the Bird.
Next up is a monkey who you all seem to really like, Morrow. This custom was really fun to make. If you guys are wondering how we made this, we got a Marmoset plush, then It's kind of confusing, but we trimmed the fur, the gray fur. You actually can see a little bit right there, still peeking through. We completely shaved the fur. Then we got brown minky, put it over, and that's really it. Then we sewed it. We measured it just right, too. Of course, there was other steps that I didn't say, but what I said moments ago is kind of the simple way of explaining it. Oh, and he does have a little watch. And this tail is completely made from scratch. This isn't an old marmoset tail. Also, we made a video on Maro recently called The Festival of Fire. If you want to watch that, it's mainly about Maro and Corporal. Okay, next up are the marmosets. We got one here, which this one does not have any tags on. We got two, which this one does have a tag here. We got three. This one looks a little deformed. And four. This one is fully tagged. Oh, and we cannot forget about the big monkey. Big marmosets. His tail's a little floppy. Yeah, he's a big boy. Next up is everyone's favorite poison dart frog from Rio 2, Gabby, which is actually based off the movie version and the Angry Birds Rio 2 version. She has a very unhealthy obsession with Nigel. I don't even see how the relationship would work out since she's poisonous. But we can't have Gabby without Charlie!
Suck, dog, and hog!
Sorry about that. Charlie here is an anteater from Rio 2. He works with Nigel, and he is pretty chunky. Also, this is him without the hat, and this is him with the hat. So we actually bought an anteater plush and designed him to look like Charlie from Rio, but if you're asking what anteater this is, like the Rio plush, I actually kind of forgot. Sorry, guys. Now, next up is an OC of mine, Bimbo Black Myth Wukong, who is a very strong ape. This ape is all about fighting. Literally, that's all he's about. And this is what he looks like without the hat and without the cape, too. Him and Hambo have a bromance. They used to be enemies, though. Next up is another OC of ours who was shown in the finale, season 5 finale, one time. That is Jumbo, the biggest monkey you will ever see in our series. He is, he's hairy. Very, very hairy. And a little sticky. Okay, next up is Angry Birds Star Wars, The Jedi. First up is Luke Skywalker, which this is actually a custom-made Jedi Knight outfit. Luke is a decent character on our channel. That's all I can really say about him. Next up is Obi-Wan. Nice classic plush. We actually want to make a custom young Obi-Wan plush at some point, because young Obi-Wan's goated. Next up is Han Solo, who was actually meant to get his own video for May 4th this year, but it got put on hold due to some real life reasons. But don't worry, it will happen this year. Before season 6, actually. Expect Lando to be in it, actually. But yeah, here's Han. Next up is... Say that again? Yes. Next up is Leia, who was, quite sassy, to say the least. Next up is Yoda, which I think this plush is kind of hard to find, but I'm not too sure. It's good stuff. Yeah, here's Yoda. Next up is C-3PO, which is a pretty nice looking plush, I'm not gonna lie. And here's R2-D2, which is a half custom. We bought a official R2-D2 plush at a store, and then we just put white fabric over to make the Star Wars, Angry Birds Star Wars version. So yeah, here he is. It's kind of big though, I'm not gonna lie, he should be small. Here is one of my worst, ugliest, I don't even know what this is. Anakin, I hate this custom, it looks so bad. Like, I want to make a new version ASAP, and that will be happening. A brand new version. I don't know what happened to this custom, but it does not look good at all. It looks terrible. There's so many mistakes with it. This is uneven, I don't know what happened here. This is not, that doesn't look like a lightsaber, that looks like a peanut. The hair is too flat, and there's like too much thread, it looks too choppy. His face, maybe the eyes look okay, but the beak is like the only thing that actually looks exceptional on this plush. The beak is the only good thing. Like, this is getting cut, there's thread, it's ugly. Next up is Padme, who is actually the original Stella plush. We just put brown hair, the brown bun, and then the white suit. Yeah, here's Padme. Next up is Mace Windu, who isn't a terrible custom, but I might do a remake. I'm not too sure though about this. Yeah, here's Mace. I do like how the beak looks on Mace. If you've seen our old 4-Man's Origin video, you'll know that this is actually a redesign. So the original didn't look very good, so we kind of gave it a redesign a little bit, but I might make another new version later on. Next up are just two random Wookiees who were just 5-inch Chewies at one point, but they just became Wookiees because that's what they are. Ugly Wookiees. Very, very ugly. And lastly, which this is just a different outfit for a character, Pilot Luke, which this plush looks really cool. I think it's super underrated. Okay, now it's time for the pork side, which we got quite a lot here. First up is Darth Vader, who has actually been around since season 2 of our series. This guy has been a huge joke on our channel, but in season 6, he is becoming an aura farmer. Plus, I finally got to watching Rogue One recently, so I know how Vader's really like. Oh, he's gonna have a new voice as well. He's gonna be a walking tyrant. Oh, we cannot forget about Damaged Darth Vader, which was a pretty interesting custom to make. I mean, it was easy, but a little difficult because it was hard trying to get the skin on.
Here's the one, the only, Emperor Palpatine. This is our GOAT, Emperor Palpatine, who's been around for quite a hot minute. Here he is, with the eyes. Pretty cool feature. But I actually wanted to make an announcement with good old Emperor Palpatine, Sheevy Palpatine. We are actually going to be remaking his whole plush, and we're going to be giving him a new voice for season 6. So I wanted to completely redesign the whole character because we've had him for quite a good minute, and also he's just been kind of outdated recently. But he's still going to have the same personality because we all love Palpatine. Do it.
Next up are the Stormtroopers. Here's Steve, which is the only important Stormtrooper on the channel. The way you can tell him apart from the others is he's very dirty. Look at that stain. Now for the normal Stormtroopers. We got 1 here. We got 2. 3, which this one looks kind of tall. 4. And 5, which this one is tagged. Oh, we cannot forget about the tiny Stormtrooper as well. And Big Steve, which is the biggest Stormtrooper we got.
Next up is everyone's favorite smug character, Grand Moff Tarkin, who unfortunately had a rivalry with Foreman in Season 5, and they got into a elder battle. He's actually based off his telepod, and yeah, a Tarkin.
Next up are the Royal Guards. Here's one Royal Guard we made, and here is the other one we made, which there are some slight differences, like their capes. Or, not the capes, the robes. Yep. One's more pointier and the other one's more round. These guys are beasts, that's for sure. Red is going to have a real hard time fighting these two in Season 6. Next up is our most recent sample, Boba Fett, which this is a big boy. Big booty Boba. We were actually trying to get the 5-inch Boba in 2023, but it sold and we got Jango Fett, so when this came up in 2024, we were like, you know, this settles. So yeah, that's why we got the 8-inch Boba instead. And Boba is a very, very cool character on the channel. He is such a badass, that's for sure.
Like a panther.
Next up is Jabba the Hutt, which is another sample of ours. This one actually Scrunk bought. He is definitely a slog. Look at that long back. Plus, look at this guy's face. Next up is Greedo, who shot first. This Greedo is based off the Angry Birds Plush sample, but this one here. And we wanted to give him a orange shirt, you know, just because that's what he wears in the actual Star Wars movies. Next up is everyone's favorite bounty hunter, who even puts Boba to shame, Cad Bane. I think this is Skrunk's favorite Star Wars custom I have made.
Yes.
Yeah, he is glorious. He is a goated Star Wars character, that is for sure. Even though Skrunk is forcing me to say that. Okay, now it's time for some of the prequel villains. Starting things off with my favorite Angry Birds sample, Darth Maul. Who, honestly, just looks glorious. He looks amazing, this plush. Now, for the series, we know he's not even taken off his hood yet, and it's been like 2 seasons now, but don't worry, you know what I'm about to say. Season 6, he's finally going to take it off. And we're finally going to see this, Season 6, properly. Next up is Jango Fett, who was my very first ever Angry Birds Plush sample I've ever bought in 2023. He's actually been around since Season 3. Yeah, Season 3. That's how long he's been in my series for. He is very special to me, as he is my second favorite Angry Birds Plush sample. Next up is Count Dooku, who hardly ever gets shown nowadays. Everyone really loves this custom plush. It's actually kind of an old one I made. And another sample Strong bought, General Grievous. Which, the sample looks good. It looks good for it being a sample, but it's not very accurate to it from Ingrid Star Wars. Although I'm not saying the plush looks bad, I think the plush looks really good. Okay, next up is its own Star Wars category, the Inquisitors. I'm going to be kind of quick on these because there's quite a lot. We'll start things off with the Grand Inquisitor, which is the very first one I've ever made, all the way back in Season 4. I don't know, I kind of want to make a remake at some other point. Next up is Seventh Sister, which this is her with the mask on. We know she usually has her mask off, but we just want to do her mask on option because it just looks better, in my opinion. Maybe one day we'll do the helmet off option. I'm not too sure yet. And here is Fifth Brother, which looks like an egg. Here's Eighth Brother, who kind of acts like a man-child in our series, I'm not going to lie. Here is Second Sister, who is from Jedi Fallen Order. She is probably the most important Inquisitor out of the bunch, besides Grand Inquisitor. She has her nice, thick cape. Yeah. I was hoping her helmet would turn on a little bit better when creating this, but it looks fine. Here's the top. Next up is Ninth Sister, who sadly does not have a card, because Skrunk didn't draw her.
Shut up.
That sucks. Anyway, she is pretty big, very big. Actually, I think she's bigger than an 8-inch plush. I think she's like 9 inches big. But yeah, she is a boar. And she definitely has a fighting spirit. Next up is Fourth Sister, which I got nothing to say about her. She looks like a lemon. Here is 11th Brother, who we gave more justice than in Star Wars itself. He has a lot of layers of cloaks on. Look at that. Yeah, he looks pretty scary. Here is the Fart Cloud himself, Marek, who is from Ahsoka. It's a very nice cape, look at that. I heard there was a Darth Maul series coming out, and he's going to be in it. I'm pretty excited to see more of his backstory. Okay, now for the next section is weird-looking pigs, bootleg pigs, off-brand pigs, all that. Only a few of these are official. Anyway, let's get started. First up is Gunner.
Don't really care.
What? He's Gunner.
Stop touching me and put me down. I can sue you.
Next up is Blob Pig, which this is a beanbag pig. You've probably seen him before because he's a pretty popular plush. He's a beanbag. We did bring him back in the Leprechaun Strikes Back video. Next up are the tiny pigs. We got a pencil topper pig, finger puppet, a beanbag pig, and then a Hearts mini pig. Oh, and whatever the heck this thing is. I have no idea what this is. Here's Pancake Pig, which you do not want to know where he comes from. You really don't want to know. Oh, and here's what's inside him. It's a piece of foam. Oh, and this really big Commonwealth pig. This tusk tag is demolished. Yeah, we have not used him yet in our series. We will soon, though. Here's the Lynxen set, which we actually already showed the Lynxen Corporal Pig earlier, General 4, but here's the Minion Pig, or what we call Minion. Here's King, or King Pig. That face. And Mustache, or Four-Man Lynxen, whatever you want to call him. This one is official, the Toy Factory Pig, which we got recently. Next up is the AliExpress bootleggers. Here's 1, 2, 3, which something happened to this one. He looks like a hot dog. And 4, which this one is Four-Man. Oh, and can't forget about whatever the hell this thing is. I don't know what this is. I don't think he knows either. Ah, Movie Pig, or Ross, or Minion Movie Pig, or Big Pig for movie. I don't know what the name of this is, but it's a big movie pig. It does have a sound box.
Come on, Leonard.
It's Ross. You can't forget about whatever the hell this thing is. Yeah, can someone please tell me in the comments what this is? Because I have no idea. It is a total blob. Look at his snout. Like, it doesn't even have a snout. And lastly, this Hat Pig, which we forgot the name of. And here are the 2 little Minion pigs attached to it. Yeah, I don't even remember the name of this. Oh wait, I just found one more. This big backpack Four-Man pig. He's huge. And he's a backpack. Yeah. I have no idea how or when we will use this pig. Okay, next up is the character's transformation, such as the Fury form, Space forms, all that. First up is Fury Red, or Space Red, Super Red, whatever you want to call him. But we call him Fury Red. It's like Super Saiyan. This is Red's iconic transformation on the channel. Here's Laser Chuck, or Space Chuck, or Lavender Chuck. Which Chuck doesn't really go in this form that often for some reason. I don't know why that is. Next up is Inferno Bomb, or Space Bomb, or Black Bomb. You can call him whatever you want. I don't really care. I call him Inferno Bomb because it matches with the fire and all that. Same thing I said with Chuck applies with him too. He doesn't really go in the form too often either in the series. Next up is the Lightning Blues. Here's one Lightning Blue. Here's two, which is a little bit more softer than this one, which is rougher. And three, which this one's the biggest. This is Jay, Jim, and Jake. Next up is Starlight Stella, which is one of the newer space transformations for the birds, and you can lift up her glasses too. So yeah, this is Starlight Stella. She got this in the season 4 finale. Since Silver never gets justice, and definitely didn't get any justice in Ingrid's Reloaded, this is a original form of ours, Cyclone Silver, which is Silver's space form. It's kind of based off of Chuck a little bit, that's why they're both the same color, because brother-sister. And they have capes, because like I said, brother and sister, they're siblings, so yeah, kind of took some notes off of Chuck when creating Silver. She can basically create giant tornadoes in this form. Here is Cyborg Matilda. I actually forgot the real name of it, so we just call it Cyborg Matilda, because it fits. She got this in the season 5 finale. She is definitely a robot. We cannot forget about the Incredible Terrans, or Monster Terrans, Green Terrans, Big Terrans. Yeah. He is pretty damn dirty. Cannot forget about him. So actually, at the time of recording this, Ingrid's Reloaded got an update. So here is what we call in our series Bionic Hal, or what Rovio calls Halgorithm Hal. It's kind of an odd name. Halgorithm. The YouTube Halgorithm. Also, here's Cosmic Bubbles, which is, we just had an extra Bubbles, which was fluffy, and we just added the strap. A long time ago we made this. And it's not complete without Cosmic Eagle, or Space Eagle, Purple Eagle, Scary Eagle. Yeah, here he is. This is our last sample for the collection, actually. Yeah, here he is. He looks very, I don't know what he looks like. Just look at that. Something's wrong with him, that's for sure. But this is a very nice Mighty Eagle plush, even though it is 12 inches, not 16. Oh, I almost forgot. Here's Fury Red Grade 2. This is basically Fury Red, Super Red, but advanced to the next grade, kind of like Super Saiyan 2. So it's an 8-inch Space Red with blue eyes, some energy, just to kind of show how strong his energy is here. And then this is meant to be lightning, but it kind of, someone thought they were tentacles. That was huge strong. Here's Rage Aura Red, which this is red when he has his aura on. So this came before his Fury form, which was in the end of Season 2. Here's Lightning Chuck, which you probably already know what he's based off of. He has lightning feathers, lightning tail feathers, and a nice blue band with some white scary eyes. Here's Shockwave Bomb, which you all know who he is. Yeah, I had to use an 8-inch for this just to make him look a little bit more better. The 5-inch just didn't really look good. Okay, now for the pigs, which don't really have as much.
The more golden the shine, the shinier the cheeks!
This is everyone's favorite form, Golden Smooth Cheeks, which was the big shock of Season 3. Obviously based off of Golden Frieza. And, what have I told you? This is not his strongest form. But, I just really love this plush. I love the eyes, the crown, all of it.
And we cannot forget about something that's even better than Golden Smooth Cheeks, Diamond Ross, which was in the Season 5, Episode 10. Yeah, Episode 10, Season 5. This fabric is definitely something else. It's shiny, it's hard, it's everything you would want. So actually, we were inspired by Tomura Shigaraki's Awakening in Season 5 for Diamond Ross, so yeah. It might seem a little similar when you see the, at Season 5, Episode 10. Here's a quick edit, guys. I completely left him out of the collection. Here is Berserker Eyes, who is based off of legendary Super Saiyan Broly. Oh, this isn't a form, but we have, one day, guys. One day. Okay, we are getting very close to the end here. These next bunch of characters will just be extra. First up is Chip the Clown, which is based off of Art the Clown. You guys probably already knew that, though, due to how similar he looks. Here's El Porcador, which is also known as Big Bork's nice, tight armor, which he wore in the Season 4 finale. Here's Wizard Hat Chuck, which I think is based off of Angry Birds Epic, even though the plush wasn't made when Angry Birds Epic came out. But,
Seasons, idiot!
I know that's Scrunk. I'm just saying on the channel it's meant to be off of Angry Birds Epic. Yeah, we never use Wizard Chuck. Here's Optimus Red, who is getting a remake at some point in the far future, because like I said, this plush does not look that good. It's like Anakin. Funny enough, this was actually made around the same time it made Anakin. Here's Bumblechuck, or Bumblebee, which looks alright, but I actually just had an extra chuck, and I just put some armor around. Probably could have looked a little bit better, but it's not the worst thing. It's not as bad as Optimus Red. Now this is peak. Here's Walter Red, based off of Walter White. I don't know what happened to his hat.
We need to cook.
Now for the past generation's characters, basically young characters. Here's young Smoochix when he was just a little boy. Well, actually, this is him as an adult too, but he's just young. This is when he wasn't fat. Here's Hatchling Red, which he's seen in Season 5 and all the flashbacks. Hatchling Red, but he's a little bit older this time. We used this in the Season 2 finale when we were writing up the story of Red's origin. Here's Hatchling Chuck, who we haven't shown yet. Here's Hatchling Silver, which we did use in Season 3. Here's Young Ruby, or what you all know her as, Girl Bird. Yes, this is Ruby, like I just said. I make Girl Bird and Ruby the same character, because why not?
What is that?
Young Bounce. Made this thing back in 2018. Well, actually, I didn't make it. A family member did. But back in 2018.
Get rid of it!
It's tiny. It's Young Bounce. This thing was almost lost media, but then I found it recently. Here is Young Hal, or Open Beak Hal, or non-Angry Birds Go Hal. Yeah. Hal when he was on Birdie Island, is what I like to say. Here's Closed Beak Hal, which we have not shown yet. Only in the 2000 special we did, the first one. This guy can't talk because his beak is glued shut. And here's Lynx and Hal, which I don't know what this white band is. I might turn this into a custom. Probably not, though. I'll just keep it how it is. Here's our old Boba Fett custom, which looks pretty worn out because of all the battles he's been through. His jetpack is coming apart. Big rip here. Don't know. I never got to fixing that. That's been there since Season 4, Episode 7, which was over a year ago. Yeah. Here's Boba Fett. Now for some little extras. We got a Hearts Red here. And another Commonwealth Red. I don't know what this is. Here's two Luke Skywalkers, which this one will become a custom since this one is new. The star OG Luke Skywalker. We've had since we were little. Here's another Laser Chuck, which we will be turning this one into a custom. I can't say what though. Yeah. It's a nice condition. Oh, here's a spare blue I didn't even know I had. Yeah. He has 3. And an extra plumpy Matilda. Maybe this could be young Matilda, I'm not too sure. Okay, guess what everyone? This is the last section with the whole collection. The YouTuber OCs. I want to thank everyone so much for voicing and letting me use your characters. I truly appreciate it. It means so much to me, guys. Every character I did not make, but I did make the plush. The character belongs to the rightful owner. So credit goes to them, not me. Like I said, I only created the plush, not the character. Anyway, first up is Chair, the goats. He was actually introduced in Season 2, but he was not this. He was actually just a minion pig with a red artist hat. Chair is a sweet goated guy. Next up is Frankenpeak, who looks lovely. He is Paraki's #1 experiment as of right now. Chair was Paraki's #1 experiment, but something very sad happened. But something really cool is going to happen to Frankenpeak and Chair in Season 6. Next up is Jimmy, the camera pig, which is a minion pig with a nice, cool, blocky camera. He literally records everything. The wars, the battles, and everything he's told to record. Here is Pan Pig, who looks gorgeous. He looks gorgeous. There's a nice pan. A lot like Crazy Dave's pan. Here is Crossy. Crossy's one of those rare birds where he has a birth defect. The feet. Those stinky 4 toes here. Get a nice little look at those. You can screenshot them as much as you want. They're blocky, they're big, and they're crusty. Look at that. Next up is Sniper Howl, who was actually my original Open Beak Howl, but turned into Sniper Howl. Here's what he looks like without the hat. And there he is with the hat. Here's Tom J. Sniff. Sniff is lovely. Next up is Turk, or the Golden Turk, which I'm gonna have to make a plush of the redesign soon. Don't worry, Turk, I'll eventually make that redesign, don't worry. Here is 311, who is a nice looking Chuck. I like your OC, Ingrid's 311. Here is Baldwin. Baldwin and 311 are a very nice duo on the channel. Next up is Cooper, which is a very smart bird. He is very intelligent. Here's Banjo Videos, who has an awesome OC design. I really love it. Here's the blue kiwi plushie, which looks very cute. Here's RB, who has a very buzzy beak. Look at that. Here's the Mandarin, which is a very nice plumpy grape. Here's Random, or also known as the Random Bird. Has a nice little hat. I love that. Here's Tiffany Fisher Artist, or Tiffany. She has a really nice haircut. And here is Super Feather Dude, the last one of the bunch. That hat looks very similar to Mario's hat. Okay, and that was all the YouTubers. Thank you all so much for voicing. I really do appreciate it. I do look forward to seeing you all in Season 6. So, there are more OCs on the way. We just didn't want to reveal them here. They're going to be revealed in Season 6. It is time for the final 2 plushies, which you probably already know who they are. Here's me, Sussy, with a nice Gozo pin. That's not a pin, that's a card. It's beautiful.
And here's me, Skrunk, who is finally becoming more prominent recently.
He looks ugly.
Okay, can you please shut up?
No, he looks ugly.
Shut up!
Oh wait, there's 3 characters I forgot to show you guys. I literally completely forgot. First up is my very first custom ever, my old silver custom. My second ever Angry Birds custom, Tony, which everyone loved Tony at the time I made him. I still gotta fix that hole. And my first Melody custom, which looks kinda ugly, but it was okay at the time. It's not the worst. Kinda big though. Okay everyone, that was the plush collection. Now it's time for the moment you all been waiting for. Oh my goodness. Here's my collection. Yeah, I don't even know where to begin with this collection. I seriously hope you all enjoy the 2025 Angry Birds Plush collection, because this was definitely a pain to make. But it was very fun to make at the same time.
This collection has been in the making since 2022.
Yep, almost 3 years ago.
It's kind of baffling how long it's been.
If it wasn't for you guys, then we wouldn't even have an Angry Birds Plush series with this much characters. So thank you all so much. We truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching our channel and keeping up with our story. We absolutely appreciate it.
Ooh, and thank you for putting up with my antics.
To think it all started with one little cardinal. And now look. Also, we should note, none of these plushies are for sale. But you can find a lot of these plushies on eBay and Mercari. All the custom made ones are made by me. I may start an Etsy shop someday in the future. I'm not too sure right now. But yeah, if we do, I'll let you know. So yeah, that's undecided at the moment right now. I have to talk to Skrunk about it. Well, that's really all I gotta say. Thank you all so much for watching the 2025 Angry Birds Plush collection. We'll be seeing you all on the third 2000 special. Well, see you all later. Goodbye, guys. Get out for Skrunk. Bye. By the way, before you go, we kind of have something we want to show you all. It's pretty important. Please enjoy the Season 6 teaser.
Oh, that poor unfortunate cardinal. There was one little thing that he was mistaking. And
Dare I say, that purple feller as well.
The old ways are the best ways.
Isn't that right? Isn't that right, everyone? I know I'm correct. Come on, stay with me now. You don't want to leave now, don't you? Don't you want to stay and hang out with your old great Uncle Gordon? Maybe we can have a little chat at the northern side. Maybe you'll love to sit down and see me. Well, whatever. Nobody can hear me. Everybody thinks I'm crazy anyway. Whatever, no matter. Time to have my record expunged.